Welcome back to the Caprine Cottage Knitting Podcast. My name is Anne, and today I'm joining you from my studio in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. Thank you everybody for being here. Today's video is going to be my Rhinebeck haul video. So if you don't like haul videos, I really understand that. I probably will only ever post maybe 2 a year, maybe 3 at the most. So if you want to skip this one, I totally understand, but I'm just going to be upfront that that's what this is about. And yeah, I look forward to showing you guys what I got and telling you my plans of what I want to make. I did not stick to my shopping plans very well, but I got some really beautiful things and really special things. So I think let's just jump into it and I'll start showing you what I got. After I filmed that introduction, I had to sneak off to get a shawl because I was starting to feel a little bit chilly. So if that was a weird jarring change, that's why I got up. And this is my Wildwood shawl knit in Putano, designed by Melody Hoffman. But okay, yeah, let's really just get into it right now. I think I'm gonna try and show you the things in the order I purchased them. That's what I tried to do last year, and I know I didn't do a very good job, but I will try to do a better job with that this year. First, we went to Indie Untangled on Friday, of course, and so the first thing was I pre-ordered the tote, the Indie Untangled tote, and I loved the artwork for this year, and I love my tote from Indie Untangled that I got last year because it's zippy, and yeah, it's just, I think it's great for a bigger project. Like right now my burra is in the other one, like last year's, and I love that it has a zipper so that all your stuff can stay safe inside, because a lot of tote bags don't. I was pretty good about totes in general. I only bought this one and one other. They are definitely my weakness, so I try not to buy too many because I have lots of them. But I do use them. I use them for everything. So that's one thing I got. And then what was next? Oh, of course, my first stop at the festival was to go to Frogget Yarns and visit those guys. I love them. I first discovered them at Central New York Fiber Festival a couple years ago, and I love her dye work. I think it's so beautiful, and so I also, though, have been trying really hard to not buy single skeins and not buy much more sock yarn right now. Like, I'm in a really good place with my sock yarn stash, so I was trying to be a little bit more thoughtful about that, but I did get the show colorway. This was like the special Indie Untangled colorway, and it's called Cozy Bookshop, and I'm just a sucker for it, but it's so beautiful. So it's this main color and these two little minis. And I actually feel like it will go very well with last year's colorway. Maybe I'll make something other than socks with it. I don't know if I will, but so pretty. I love that it's pink. I feel like I'm in my pink era right now, which is not necessarily, I don't know. I've just been feeling very into pinks and purples. Well, not purples, let's be honest, but like pinky, mauve, dusty rose kind of colors, and I feel like this fits right into it. And so that was my first purchase. I love Frogget Yarns, so if you've never shopped from them, highly recommend. Their like booth is a yarn trailer truck, and it's pretty cool. So I love that. The whole experience is really great. And then what did I do next? Who did I go see next that I bought something from? I think, I don't know what order. I'll just say everything I got on Friday, but 100 Acts of Sewing was at the festival, which I mentioned last week, but I have seen their book that has like a bunch of patterns in it, and I've seen their patterns online, and friends of mine have made their patterns, but I've never gotten one, and it was so nice to see the samples and just like the whole setup. So I got this pattern, which is the dress number 1, I think. Yes, dress number 1 pattern. And something I do also really like, at least this pattern, I don't know if it was for all of them, but I liked that all of the sizes were in one pattern, because that's something I have just found in general is kind of frustrating sometimes is there'll be the sizes will be split in half, which sometimes is hard for me as somebody who's like, I would describe myself as like mid-size. And so sometimes I'm between, like, you know, like I would love if there was the middle section together in case my weight fluctuates or I want to choose something different. So yeah, it's just really nice that they're all in one and the quality seems really nice. Oh, hello, Nif. Hey, buddy. What's up? Okay, anyway, yeah, so that was a little purchase, and I think it's going to be really practical. It's kind of like a little shift dress with pockets, and the samples there were super cute. So I think it'll just be a great wardrobe staple. Like, I could see myself making a bunch of them. My next stop was the Camp Stitchwood booth, and I always love their stuff. I love going there, and I got the Indie Untangled pin for this year. Super cute. And then I got these 2 stickers because they were just so autumnal and adorable, and I couldn't resist. And I love stickers, so I just thought they were so cute. I love that on this cup, the whipped cream is yarn and these are knitting needles. So I just thought it was really cute. Yeah, and so I'm sure I'll decorate something with those. And then my next stop was Kira Wiggins' booth. Finally, I have been at a festival that she is at, and I managed to snag 1 bat when I got there because we were there later in the day. There were only, I think, 3 bats total left. And yeah, this was the colorway that spoke to me. I feel like it's not showing its beauty on the camera. It is so beautiful and soft, and it's the blend is Merino, Kashgora, Shetland, blue, like BFL, blue face Leicester. That is always hard for me to say. And then it does have stellina, but it's like gold stellina, so it's just, oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, so I was super excited to snag one of her bats and try spinning it. This was the only spinning fiber I bought all weekend. I'm really proud of myself because my spinning fiber stash is insane. That is like what my biggest stash, and it's sort of ridiculous. So I'm trying not to add things, especially because I've been spinning less and less. Like, I know I did good in June, but I haven't spun since then. I have so many spinning projects. Next was, I want to say, the highlight of Indie Untangled for me, which was the Mitchell Wool Company booth. And I saw them there last year. I shopped a little bit, but I mentioned in my video last week, like last year it was so overwhelming. The booth was really full and I just get overwhelmed easily. So I didn't look at their stuff very carefully. But then this year, the first thing you saw when you walked in was the mannequin that was wearing the outline tee. And I will see, hold on, I'll look up the designer name because this was a pattern I was unfamiliar with. I don't know if it is a popular pattern or not, but I was not familiar. And now I'm gonna make it. So the designer is Jessie Mead. I think it's Made, M-A-E-D. And yeah, I'll put a picture here. It is the cutest little crop tee with some kind of like open work detailing, and it was so cute. And the yarn the sample was made in was so beautiful. So I'll show it to you right now. This is the yarn I got to make it. So beautiful. And this was, I would say my purchase at this booth was like my one really big purchase of the weekend. And this yarn is just so special and so beautiful. So it is a fingering weight, but it's a Romney Suffolk Fin cross. And it is just, it's so soft, but also kind of rusticy. I love the color. And this is made from one of the people that works there. Her name is Anne Marie, and it's from Her Flock of Sheep. And yeah, it's part of their Black Label collection. I don't know, I really just connected with their booth after kind of not really checking it out last year. But this yarn was just, it was so beautiful. And I loved the pattern and it just spoke to me and called to me, so I had to get it. And then I also bought, this was another splurge for me, but I'm pretty sure I saw these project bags last year and didn't get one. But I just love this design. I love that it can stay open on its own. Also, the lining is so cute, and I got it in this blaze orange. You will see a theme with this for this Rhinebeck haul, but I love that you can wear it on your wrist. It has these grommets if you want to use them for yarn management, which I always like the idea of that, but then your yarn is trapped in the bag, which I guess doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I like to be flexible, have the ability to be flexible. But yeah, this was like a special treat for me that I got this. It's so nice. It's made of waxed canvas. And like I said, the inside is so cute. I don't know if you can see it. It's like vintage camping inside, and it's just really nicely made. Yeah, and all my yarns can fit right in there, just like that. And yeah, I feel like it actually fits quite a bit. Like, I feel like this would be perfect for, definitely for socks or a hat or like a small project. And I think one of the main reasons I got it is I think it's going to be really great. I'm trying to improve my knitting and walking skills for when Feeny and I are out and about, or when I'm just out and about. So I think this would be great for that, because you can just hang it on your arm and be knitting, and it's, you know, the way it hangs, nothing's going to like dump out of there. So yeah, I'm like just in love. I love it so much. And the last thing I got it, or no, that's not true. This is next. But I got a little thing there too, which I think is just cute. So it's this little iron-on patch, and it says, "In my granny era," and then the background is a granny square. But the main reason I got this was because earlier in the day, my mom was like, "I think you just were born a grandma." And so then this was just there, and I thought it was so cute. And I think it would look cute on the bag. They're designed to go on a different, like they have a different model of bag, because this is wax canvas, so you can't iron it. But I was thinking there must be a way that I can attach the patch to the wax canvas. Yeah, I don't know. Or of course it could go on another bag too. But then at the register, I also saw that this book, Trails and Valleys, was there. And I have been really wanting this book. It's by Lindsey Fowler. I didn't order it when it came out, and I knew it would be at the Lina booth on Saturday, but I just felt like, why not support their business so that they can earn on this too? And I'm pretty sure their yarn is featured in one of these patterns. Yeah, and it's just a great book. I think that there are a lot of staples in this book, and of course, because it's from Lina, it's beautiful. It's beautifully done. The photography is incredible. Print quality is incredible. I know that Lina's books are expensive, but I have to say that they're worth every penny. Like, it's the one thing that I am so happy to spend my money on, because I just feel like the quality is so incredible. And this book especially, there are a lot of patterns in it, number one. Number two, I feel like they are very versatile patterns. There are, you know, it's men's wear, women's wear, things for children, lots of sizes in every pattern. Like, I feel like if you were going to invest in one, this would be a really smart one to invest in. Seeing it in person also really helped me with my decision. I feel like that is like the one thing of living in this like online age that's really difficult for me. I really like to look at books in person before I purchase them, unless it's something like that is an instant buy for me. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like a designer I love. It's, you know, it's about Shetland, something like that. I'll buy it no matter what. But this one I really wasn't so sure on, and then seeing it in person sold me on it. And so I'm looking forward to making some patterns out of here. And in a minute, I'll talk about the first pattern I'm going to make out of this book. So yeah, highly recommend. It's a nice book. I think very, very practical items, like both accessories, garments, like great variety. I just think it would be a really good book for someone who maybe hasn't purchased a book from Lina before. I think that rounds off all of my Indie Untangled purchases. I admit that I'm always a little conservative on Friday because, of course, you're scared, like, oh God, what if I spend all my money today and then tomorrow there's something I just desperately want to have. But yeah, I feel like I got some treats that really make me happy. And you know, I've been wanting a knitted tee for so long and struggling to find a pattern I like. And I just think that this is going to be such a great fit. And I can also see myself making this pattern more than once. Yeah, so I'm excited. And I love this bag. So cute. So then the next thing, you know, next day would have been Saturday at the main festival. And it was crazy, of course. It was so insane. We did go to the fleece sale. I'm so proud of myself that I didn't come home with a fleece. I didn't come home with any spinning fiber from the main festival, which, again, so proud of myself because I'm pretty sure that I spun one braid I bought last year, but since last year I have not spun any of the fiber I bought. So I don't think I deserve more until I spin what I have. I also am thinking about having a de-stash sort of soon. Things that I think I might not end up ever using. So keep your eyes out for that. First thing that was like one of my biggest priorities was to go to the Lina booth, like I said, and pick up this book from Olga Putano. This is her new title. It's called Field Notes. And again, I know Lina books are expensive, but the quality is there. Like, these are heirloom books. You will have them for the rest of your life. They could be passed down to, you know, the next generation of knitters. And again, I think this one has 20 patterns in it. So that's kind of, you know, it's a pretty large number of patterns. It's not just like 5. And I feel like they're all, there's like a good variety. So I think I mentioned it before, but I was trying to decide things I wanted to shop for and what patterns I wanted to shop for. I'm actually going to reference my list on my phone. I seem to have lost my one sheet of the Woolly Wayfinder, the paper that I had. I had talked about wanting to get yarn for the Oon sweater, and I think that has kind of fallen by the wayside. I was really struggling to find a yarn that I liked for that sweater that was within my budget because it is kind of a bigger sweater and it just, yeah, it needs a lot of yarn. It's held double. I just was struggling to find something for that. So I ended up kind of switching gears, and I'm getting my point, but I ended up choosing a sweater from this book instead. So I will show you that. And I had talked about it last week, but it is this sweater, the dovetail sweater. And I can put a picture up here. I don't know if it's easy enough to see, I won't bother. But I looked all weekend. I had wanted to make the Oon in like a cream white, off-white. And so I was kind of looking for that, but I wasn't finding anything that was speaking to me in the right weight. And so then on the last day, on Sunday, actually, I went to the Harrisville Designs booth and I got some Peace Fleece. And so they have come out again with their DK weight. Someone said to me, like, oh, is that the new DK weight? And maybe I'm crazy, but I swear Peace Fleece has released a DK weight in the past, but they've re-released it or new colors, I'm not sure. So I got 6 skeins of this beautiful pinky dusty rose mauve color, which I know it's approaching purple, and I always talk crap on purple as a color, but I feel like this is like in the brown pink department. It leans purple, I know that, but this color is called Morning Dove, and here, I'll hold it close one more time. I think it's so beautiful. I feel like it will, like, you can even see, like, with what I'm wearing right now, this would be a great layer to go over what I'm wearing right now. Goes good with the colors. So I'm super excited to start on Dovetail. I think that it's gonna be, obviously I have to finish Burra. That's like my big garment project right now. And then I'm gonna start the Pelica vest because that's gonna be part of the knit along. And then I think Dovetail will be after that. I think it'll be a great, like, squishy late winter, early spring project. It just looks so cozy. I love that it's like swancho-y and, you know, I'll trap a lot of air, keep me nice and cozy. So my one other tote bag, oh dear, at the festival, I got the Peace Fleece tote. It was just so beautiful. And these were only $15. It was free if you spent enough money, but I was trying, it was it was on Sunday, and I was trying, the guy was like, oh, like if you just spend a little bit more, you can get the tote for free. And I was like, I don't need to do that. Of course I wanted to. I was like, oh, I could just buy another sweater's quantity of piece fleece because I want to make the Alpine Bloom cardigan. I think that's what it's called. It's something like that. But it's a Caitlin Hunter pattern. And I know I want to make it in piece fleece. And I was like, no, resist the urge. So I just bought the tote. It was $15 and I was like, why spend $40 to get the tote for free when you could just spend the $15 and not be out the money? So I didn't fall for the promotion. I'm usually really bad about that, but I was also pretty like worn out by then. It's cute. I like that. It has a little sheep and a little goat on it. It's also a really nice big tote. I think it'll be great for groceries. I'm always kind of high grading our grocery totes to the bigger ones. I like the bigger ones. I'm definitely a bring your groceries in one go kind of gal, which is maybe a toxic trait. I don't know. But I prefer less bags that are bigger and heavier than many small ones. As I age, I'm sure that will change. The pattern dovetail is designed in Brooklyn Tweed's Shelter, which is discontinued now. And I've never knit with Shelter, and I've only ever seen it in person one time. So I wasn't like super familiar with how it feels. I'm a little worried this is going to be a little light. I'm definitely going to have to swatch. But I felt like the regular piece fleece weight was going to be too heavy. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I felt like this was similar to Shelter. Someone in my comments will probably be like, no, it wasn't. Too fine. We'll see how it goes. And I'm also kind of nervous. This is only 6 50-gram balls. Or skeins, whatever you want to call them. Hanks. I think they're technically Hanks. But it seems like not enough. I'm going to make size 2, which leaves me, I think, 20 inches of ease, which it said the range is like 20 to 50, and I think that that's plenty. But this feels like not enough. But I know it's open. It's brioche. We'll see. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling about that project. Then I purchased on the last day, so I'm kind of going to backtrack now. This was actually my first yarn purchase at the festival, and that is this ridiculous yarn. So I mentioned in my last video that I wanted to make a hunter's cap because we go out walking, and now I'm super excited because I'm going to have my bag and my hat, and I think Carhartt has a blaze orange dog jacket that I'm going to buy for Feeny. And so then we will be extra safe when we're out knitting and walking. Also, I just feel like the blaze orange is kind of a vibe. I've been having a neons moment lately. But this yarn came from, man, does it even say? Yes. Phoenix Fiber Mill. And I have never been, I don't remember this booth. I don't remember ever going to it, but they were having a crazy sale and all of the wool yarns were $5 a skein. They're 50-gram skeins, but still $5. And so I had planned on looking for this color yarn at the Junction Fiber Mill booth. And I got there much later, and I don't even know if they produced the Hunter color this year anyway, but they didn't have any. So I was happy that I bought this. And it seems nice. It's just a wool yarn. It doesn't say what kind of wool. It just says 100% wool, but that's fine for me. This is such a utilitarian project. But I also decided I'm going to make, I have to remember what it's called because I don't remember. But here it is. It is the Shelterwood cap by, oops, there we go, by Lindsey Fowler out of the book I got. The sample is made in a 3-ply worsted weight from Sawkill Farm, which I also saw their booth. I didn't get anything there. But this, I think this DK weight will be fine. It's quite thick. I think it's a 6-ply. Like, it seems it's pretty thick. There's 6 sizes, which that's like what I'm saying about this book is I feel like there's so, like, you could find something for everybody. I think it'd be great there's little projects for gift knitting. I love that it's knitting for the whole family. Yeah, so that's gonna be that project. I'm so excited. It's the Shelterwood cap to make in my blaze orange so everybody can see me. I actually was inspired by this. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, but Madison from Madison Montees, she made a hunter's cap. And of course I wanted one. And now one will be mine. And I was sort of hoping that there will be enough yarn for two. Which this is 150 grams. I don't know how much it says this pattern uses, but I think that seems like a lot. Oh wait, approximate yardage of, so I'm guessing I need to make size 1, 2, 3, probably size 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 170 yards. Yeah, and there's 123 in one. So I think that 3 will be adequate. I hope. I think I should be able to get 2, because it'd be nice to make one for Caleb too. Because of his hair, he kind of needs a bigger sized hat, but I think it will be stretchy. Hopefully. And then, oh yes, I mentioned this last week too, but I went to Wing and a Prayers booth, and they had the new Gudrun pattern that's like the Hap hood, and they had kits at a Woolen Affair the day before, but the kits were gone, but they still had some of the limited edition colorway, and so I was like hemming and hawing about buying it, because I just want this to add to my fingering weight Shetland yarn stash, because I love the color. I love that it's the limited edition Gudrun Johnson color. And I didn't know I would have the opportunity to purchase this, so I bought 2 balls. I think it's just a good thing to add to my collection. And I asked, I was like, is this are they gonna do another run of this? And they said, I don't think so. So that feels like a special treat. Gotta love it. Oh, so soft. And then my final purchase of the weekend was from Mabel. I made it to Mabel, and I'm so excited. This is another little bag that I have wanted for so long. I missed Mabel at the last festival. Somehow, I don't know. I feel like unless I have a plan, sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I don't even really see all of the booths. But I got the large Maker's Caddy, and I got it in this, we all know I love bright, bright red. And it has green, and I just think it's so cute. I like kind of want to use this as a purse. I'm not gonna lie. I think that it would just make the cutest little purse. Maybe I could put my phone and my keys and my wallet in there, and then have a little sock project while I'm walking around. I say that like I leave the house, but I do occasionally leave the house. And I just thought this was so beautiful. I loved it so much. And I had a cute meeting in that booth. I found there was this bag and another one made from the same quilt, and they were kind of like shoved in the back corner. And so I took them off the hook so I could look at them, and I ended up, deciding to choose one. But of course I put the other one back. And then a second later, the girl I was shopping next to, she had picked one up, and I was like, oh, we're bag twins. So we've since connected, and that was super cute. But I also impulse bought a little coin purse, and I think this is going to make a cute wallet. I love a little zippy wallet. And it's just adorable. And I love the two together. I feel like it's so my color palette. But yeah, so that is my Rhinebeck 2025 haul. I'm so, like I said last week, I'm just so inspired to start really getting back into knitting again. This year has just been, I don't know. I feel like there's been so much in my personal life that it's been hard for me to, like, I'm still knitting, of course, and I have lots of projects I'm working on, but I feel like I didn't stick to my plans. I feel like I didn't get nearly as much knitting done as I normally do, and I haven't really been feeling, like, I have some projects, but I haven't been feeling, like, super inspired to work on them, and so it's just nice. I feel sort of, like, refreshed, and yeah, I said it last time, like, centered in my purpose in a way that I haven't felt in a long time, so it's exciting. And yeah, all my hard work paid off. I worked really hard for my friend a weekend to be able to afford to do this, and it was just a really nice time to not have to, like, worry about that kind of stuff, and just, like, get the food I wanted, get the treats I wanted. And yeah, I feel like my yarn shopping is, this is probably a lie. As I'm saying it, I feel like I'm lying, but I feel like I'm sort of done yarn shopping for the year, mostly, like for 2026. That sounds crazy to say in October of 2025, but it's also probably not true, because I do foresee myself purchasing a sweater's quantity of either Jamison's of Shetland Spindrift or J&S 2-ply to make the Melby yoke. That's like the one other project. Either that or the, what is that vest pattern? It's a Susan Crawford pattern. It's like cropped. I think it's called the Maggie vest. Those are the two other projects that I'm like seriously considering besides what I've already purchased and Pelica and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Also, that's like a good reminder for me to put here. If you are thinking about it, the Pelica vest starts in, it'll be 2 weeks. Pelica vest knit along starts in 2 weeks. Please join me. I will be embarrassed if no one joins. I think I already know a few people are joining, so that's making me feel better because I did leak my secret at the festival to a few people in person because it just seemed fair where I was like, if you're at the festival and you might want to join this knit along, I should tell you because this is the place for you to buy your supplies, which I'm realizing now I should have announced before Rhinebeck, but sorry. Yeah, but if you're thinking of joining, please consider it. It starts on November 15th. It's going to run to January 15th, and I think it's going to be a good time. I'll say right now that I'm definitely going to host a live stream on November 15th. I think it's a Saturday. Yes, I will host a live stream on that day as like a little cast-on party. I think it'll be really fun. Maybe we could like ahead of time bake some things and then cast on together. I think that'd be super fun. Yeah, so please consider joining that. And thank you for joining me here. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing. I post knitty, cozy, homesteady kind of content at least every other week, if not every single week. I'm trying really hard to get back onto a weekly schedule. And if you're looking for me elsewhere, I am on Instagram, I am on Ravelry, I am on Goodreads, and I'm going to make sure my email address is linked. If you need to send me an email regarding the knit along or anything, it's all going to be in the description box down there. And I think that's all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed. This is the end of Rhinebeck content, so if you're sick of the Rhinebeck content, don't worry, it's over. And yeah, I'll see you next week with something else, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.